What if I told you that three simple words are probably sabotaging your professional relationships? It happens every single day in offices everywhere, in hallways, over Slack. Today, we're going to master the art of the professional interruption. We're going to turn a super awkward moment into a really productive one. Oh, we've all been there, right? You see the person you need to talk to, you walk over and you ask that seemingly innocent question. And then, crickets. The air just gets thick. You feel it, they feel it, and you're just left standing there wondering how three little words could go so wrong. Let's unpack that. Okay, first, let's dissect the crime scene. We're going to roll the tape on the before picture. This is the common mistake that, trust me, almost everyone makes at some point.
So picture this. A busy office, people are buzzing around. Our coworker spots their manager, who's just briefly paused in the hallway, totally laser-focused on their laptop. It looks like the perfect moment to jump in, doesn't it? Well, maybe not.
And there it is. The question is out. Now, it's meant to be polite, a quick check-in before you get to the real topic. But what it actually is a conversational landmine.
And here's the fallout. You can see the manager's focus just shatter. There's that subtle shift in their expression. It's not quite annoyance, but it's definitely discomfort. They give a polite, not right now, and the whole interaction is over before it even started. And our coworker is just left feeling kind of deflated and totally empty-handed. The whole thing happened in maybe 10 seconds, but the failure was absolute. So what was the critical error here? Why did such a simple, well-intentioned question just lead to a complete dead end?
All right, let's break it down. To really understand what went wrong, we've got to get inside the manager's head for a second and understand the psychology behind an unplanned interruption.
Now look at this, because this perfectly shows the gap between what you intend and what people actually perceive. On the left, you've got the simple, polite question that was asked. But on the right, that's what the busy manager actually heard. It's a demand to drop everything they're doing for a request of totally unknown size, urgency, and importance. That is a huge mental burden to drop on someone. So here's the bottom line. This approach just fails on so many levels. First, it puts the other person completely on the spot. They have to say yes or no without any information. It completely lacks context. Is this a 5-minute question or a 50-minute problem? They have no idea. It forces them to make a decision right then and there, which creates all this unnecessary pressure. And maybe the worst part, it kind of signals that your request wasn't important enough for you to think through or, schedule properly. Okay, so that was the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. We're going to hit rewind and replay that exact same scenario, but this time with a few simple, really powerful tweaks. This is what we call the 2-minute reset. And you can notice the difference immediately. The approach isn't hesitant this time, it's confident. The body language is saying, I know exactly what I need and I respect your time. There's this sense of purpose that was just completely missing before. And boom, this is the magic. Instead of asking about the manager's availability, the coworker just states their topic, the latest test results, and frames the entire ask. The ambiguity is just gone. Now look at the reaction. It's a complete 180. The manager's shoulders literally relax. They can immediately categorize the request in their head, they understand its importance, and now they're an active participant in solving the problem. Instead of being a roadblock, they're now a collaborator. So, how can you make this your new go-to move? Well, the good news is it's surprisingly simple. We've actually broken this down into a 3-step playbook that you can start using like the second this explainer is over. Let's walk through this. Step 1 is all about your nonverbals. Stand tall, make eye contact. You want to project preparedness. This shows you're not just dropping by with some random thought. Step 2 is the real heart of it. Immediately state your topic and what you need. Something like, hey, I'd like to get your feedback on the new design mockups. And step 3 is so crucial. You're not demanding their time right now. You're just requesting a small window in the near future. This gives them control and shows you respect their schedule. Now, I know you might be thinking this is a pretty small thing, but trust me, mastering this little micro interaction has a surprisingly huge impact on how you're perceived at work and, honestly, on your entire career. See, every time you use this approach, you are sending a powerful message about who you are as a professional. You're showing that you're organized, that you think ahead, and most importantly, that you value your colleagues' time. This builds trust and professional respect way more effectively than just getting a quick answer ever will.
It strengthens your relationships, and at the end of the day, it makes you a more effective teammate.
And that is the real takeaway here. The difference between are you free and do you have a moment to discuss X is the difference between demanding someone's time and respecting it. It's a subtle shift for sure, but it's a profound one that communicates your professionalism to everyone you work with.
So, as we wrap up, let's go back to that awkward moment we started with. Now you have the tools to avoid it forever. So I want to leave you with this question. Think about your day tomorrow. Think about that one person you absolutely need to talk to. How are you going to apply this simple 2-minute approach to make that conversation smoother, more respectful, and way more effective?